Hello and welcome to the Windibops Laboratory. My name is Walter Alessandro Flatulence and I am a professor of farts.
I think farts are absolutely hilarious. Even if someone farts by accident, it's just really funny. The word Windibops, my mom used to say the word Windibops, and I remember being really embarrassed if I ever did a Windibops. And just as you grow up and you realise Windibops is such a silly word, and then and that you were embarrassed by it, I just thought that whole concept I thought was quite funny.
Kind of the general response is they try to work out why on earth anyone would want to do a show about farting. So,
well, I'm well known as a farter amongst my friends and family. We've been doing a fart chart throughout rehearsals. I'm glad to say that I'm in the lead and winning. My average a day is probably 27, so not quite as many as a cow, but getting there.
I think people aren't too sure what I do anyway, so maybe saying I'm in a show about farts, maybe it's not too surprising.
She is quite whimsical, a little bit crazy, like she's the one with all the ideas.
So Volta's the big boss. She's not always right, but she thinks she is.
Industrious and a worker. She kind of scurries around in the background.
So we spent a whole week in Aberdeen. I spent 3 days working with 33 11 to 12-year-olds. And we talked about farts, how farts make them feel, different words for farts. We looked at the digestive system and the bugs inside our stomach. We created our own bugs. We talked about global warming, what it is, what we can do to stop it ourselves. And then we created a nice little sequence at the end. But what it did was it gave us, as a company, lots of language that we can use, things that we knew we could take forward, or things that we knew kids responded to. Also, while I was in Aberdeen, I got to speak to Professor John Wallace, who is heading up research into methane and global warming. And it was really interesting and exciting for us to bring some of our conversation I had with him in with the kids.
My character Daisy believes that methane should be eliminated altogether as it's bad for the environment, whereas Caroline thinks that we should make use of methane, and I'm fighting to put my point across, and I want to show my experiment, which uses Rod the plant.
It was really nice to watch the piece finally in front of a real audience and see how they react. The things that we find funny, there's always that thing in the studio, isn't it, when you find are like side-splittingly funny, and then you put them in front of an audience and no one laughs.
It's really great fun, because you don't know what's going to happen, and to see their faces and the enthusiasm, it's really lovely. Windibops is a fun show, but if we can get sort of the facts in there as well, then that's sort of a bonus. And if they come away knowing that cows have 4 stomachs and that methane's bad, then that's a good thing. And then they can go home and ask about it, and then more learning can happen.
There were different kind of farts. There were potions.
It's like, science experiment, learning, and at the same time fun. So it's a good combination.
It was funny, and the mix of the science and the humour was good.
You like being silly?
Yes. When they did the farts, it was really funny, even though it wasn't real.
I think the show is quite creative, and then that the children can engage with the stage is really good.
I like the sounds and they were dancing. I like the dancing bit. It's really funny and would you like to come and see it?